You're now rocking with your favorite DJ. DJ.
Hopper 1000. Hopper 1000 radio. Checking in.
You're now rocking with your favorite DJ. DJ.
Hopper 1000. Gemini. I'm rocking big time. What up? Good morning, everybody. It's Hopper 1K on the decks today, and I'm rocking with my boy Addison Willis. Summertime is here officially. Got lots of announcements. I got some live tour dates to announce. I got a lot of great music to play, and I got a little game I want to play. I thought of this little game. The game is this. When you hear a bunch of seagulls like this, when you hear them seagulls start up, that's when you know shit's about to happen. So keep your ears out for those seagulls this episode. I'm about to go in, so let's get it. Yeah. Hopper 1000 Radio, thank you for joining me today.
Baby, welcome to the party. I'm off the Myers and the lean, that's why I'm for retarded. Baby, welcome to the party. I hit the boy up and then I go skating a Rari. Baby, welcome to the party. Bitch, I'm a dog, give me lit. Gun on my head, 1.5, 10 in the clip. Baby, don't trip. Just lower your tone, cause you can get hit. Don't let that be in my system. I got your body, next day I forget it. Nigga, try just go to body. And listen again, nigga, I was just with him. On my killing niggas as a kid. Since a younger nigga, I've been drilling niggas. Mom, so I stuck up in my ways. Ain't nobody ever gave me shit with this big chip. I had to get paid. And it's 10K to go stage. And you know the trees get laid. Baby, welcome to the party. I'm off the money to sing the lean. That's why I'm over retarded. Baby, welcome to the party. I hit the boy up and then I go skate in a Rari. Baby, welcome to the party. Bitch, I'm a dog. Give me lit. Gun on my head. 1.5, 10 in the clip. Baby, don't trip. Just lower your tone. Cause you can get hit. It's big when I do it, I'll be away. I'll make a call this war. I bet I keep that a door. I bet I send it to the Lord. Got a bad bitch from overseas. Got a 10-pack up in my jeans. I'm in my hand in these stores. Don't try and run up on my feet. Knock a nigga out his sleeves while I'm selling down his feet. Double G for the team. No Alicia, I got keys. Don't get your car switched. He's still a Uda, he don't settle for nothing. Bluffing. Pussy don't stop while I stuff it. 380 on the ruler, I know some niggas that they shoot you for nothing. Ricky, yeah, you run it. Run, Ricky, yeah, you run it. Baby, welcome to the party. I'm off the Myers and the lean, that's why I'm over retarded. Baby, welcome to the party. I hit the boy up and then I go skate in a Rari. Baby, welcome to the party. Bitch, I'm a dog. Give me lit. Gun on my head. 1.5, 10 in the clip. Baby, don't trip. Just lower your tone. Cause you can get hit.
Let's rock. Summertime jam. I'm here. Summer Slam. Let's get it.
I said squeeze. My song will kill a sound boy with ease. Go the melody in the rappers play.
Sound boys with ease.
I said squeeze. Cause my sound will kill a sound boy with ease. Don't you know we don't ramp and play? I said squeeze, my song will kill a sound boy with ease. Call the melody in a ramp and play. I said squeeze, cause my sound will kill a sound boy with ease. Don't you know we don't ramp and play?
radio. Summertime is here.
Don't get the junction sound.
New track alert. Oh.
All of my successes depend on me. I'm the man who has the ball. I'm the man who can throw it faster than fuck. So that is why I am better than everyone in the world. Kiss my ass and suck my
Facts.
dick, everyone.
We rocking today, new Hopper 1000. Madman Rhythm. Rubber Dub. Top 1000 Radio.
Nintendo. dog, they got Bro and McCain. Caught him in 08 with a block of coke and a thing. Some lame talking crazy, he popped toast in his spleen. Then rolled through the hood with the hot pole in his Beamer and box logo Supreme. Bitches on IG is the girl of your dreams. To me, she a thought hope for the team. They heard my flow, now them other niggas rapping it's not dope as they seem. Not only am I the GOAT, I'm the king. Shit I'm spitting lately is no fair. My nigga itching to let his pole air. Water on my wrist shit, I could've bought a whole square. Virgil just dropped some new Louis, I bought both pairs. Spanish bitches leaving panties on my floor. You get a brick, you know when you see my stamping and it's pure. Lamborghini doors, like my nigga KD. I'm coming back to win again, I've been a champion before.
Ran a marathon on these blocks, so what the fuck you gonna tell me? And put a smile on their face to watch a hustler get wealthy. You gotta respect me, hoes don't know how to reject me. I buy a flight and send a car, have a shopping in Jeffries. Niggas round you start acting strange soon as you ballin'. Saying I changed, I just tell them I'm evolving. On the block I got tax-free money they couldn't audit. Stack a day, 18-month run. From here to August, we grew to be done. They ain't have to tutor me long. They did their biz and came back, and I had jewelry on. But if it wasn't for me grinding though, I truly would starve. I buy my bitches beauty salons and Louis Vuitton. Think the hustle, there's so much dirt, got rakes and shovels. So I load a clip in my hammer and wait for trouble. And watch, what I made last year, I make it double. Fuck it, whoever made enough money to shake the double, it's the life. If I tell you I traded, I'm lying. Talking sports with the plug while you weigh what I'm buying. I stood up in front of the DEA, I denied it. I got 2 bad hoes on their way to the Hyatt. This for the dope spots we just left, we let rest. This the almighty GXF, we catch checks, you getting clipped. Soon as I get the list from the bosses, I pay a bitch to hit your wake and blow a kiss to the coffin. Like Sopranos,
peeking out the lobby glass, watching the D's. While they sleeping, I'ma knock it fast and cop me some trees. Gelato mixed with grape, big bottles to the face. 50 drum on the pump and 6 hollows in the 8. We ain't day ones, Lord, we brothers for life. Scars up under the ice, sparks that jump from the pipe. I'm grateful and amazed what I done with my life. I keep a banger on the stage because it comes with a price. My up north niggas is cut cloth different. They are bust off flickers and crushed all kitchens. My dog on the run in the mall with a gun. He'll take your brains out and put your head in the sun. Pockets full of races, watermark across the faces. You find us fucking shining in the darkest fucking places. This a gift and a curse. Big sig in the purse. It's hard to put your thoughts together when your wig in the dirt. Fuck. Let's go drill. It's hard to put your thoughts together when your wig in the dirt.
Shout out Buffalo. Shout out my girl True Toy. What up? Drop it. Feeling so New York City right now. Let's go. Down the fucking back street, top 1K, bitch, I'm gon' preach. I'm a
yo, some info on my flow and how I move. To a death groove, I keep my rep smooth. On the down low, I travel with my mind to the street. Concrete, like the gravel, I'm in deep. So I gotta hit you from a real perspective. Cause anyone who's talking that crap will surely get his. I'm not the one to act flashy. Cause man, where I be at, we don't have to be classy. Down the back streets, down the back streets.
Down the motherfucking down the back streets.
Down the back streets.
Down the down the motherfucking down the back streets. Let's creep.
Check it, stupid. While you're out there on the main streets frontin', your game's weak. So I'm hunting you down, clown. Cause you need to learn something. All that bluff won't get you killed. Mission fulfilled because there's others who will get jealous. Hell, if they can take clout from you, they'll do it. So that's what I'm to do. I'll step to it and strip you of your pride. And then I'll stick and I'll rip you up from all
stick.
Or possibly I'll let you slide, slime.
Slide.
Your own death in just a matter of time. And I'll be somewhere on the sideline.
On the motherfucking
back streets.
Yeah. Back streets. Down the motherfucking get you down the motherfucking back.
So when you're looking for me, here's where I'll be. I'll be walking down the back streets in your vicinity. Cause I've been out here for a few.
Yeah.
All that you're doing ain't really nothing new. I peep the way you always perpetrate. You're so phony. You make me wanna regurgitate. Since you're riding so high, you're bound to fall while I stand tall. And you don't get no props at all out here. Down the back streets, down the back streets, down the back streets. the back streets, down 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 the back side of life, down the back streets. Cause I don't have to be a pop star to rhyme great. I've been out here observing things. So now all the fake gangsters and pranksters I'm serving. You know what I'm saying? I'm the king. Come down the back streets where it's dark. I'ma snatch your heart. So get a handle on life and quit living so trite. Or else we're gonna have to run up and smack all the week. Coming straight from the back streets. And I'm out. 93, son.
Alright, it's time for a couple announcements. Show announcements. First off, we got one July 1st, Fort Worth, Texas, at Machina Club. If you in DFW, you know what this club is already, because it's the coolest, biggest club there is out right now. It's really the best one, so yeah, I'll be there at Machina July 1st for my boy Tad's birthday party. That'll be a good one. July 1st. Then after that, we got a big time show August 12th in Tampa, Florida. All my homies are gonna pull up to that one. August 12th, Tampa, Florida at the Brass Mug. Yep. And that one has a lot of guests on it that I'm not even gonna talk about right now, but August 12th is going down, July 1st is going down, and it's all about the sound. And other announcements, I want to say this. The show's about to make a little bit of a change in the type of guests I have on the show. Because look, I got these club kids want to jump on the show lately. Guess what? The club kids, I don't want you on my show. Real talk. Guess who I want on my show? Conspiracy theorists. Smart people. You know, I don't want no fucking fried ass DJ talking about his shoes on my show. Y'all know that. So I'm gonna have some real people. Cause guess what? This is Real Truth Radio. The OGs remember that. We call this Real Truth. It's called Real Truth because it's this. Real people, real music, and real truth. And guess what? Half these people out here right now are fake, and that's why they can get the fuck from my show. And disclaimer right here, I ain't never had a fake guest so far. Everyone I've had on the show has been sick and cool and dope, and I like everyone that's been on the show, but I'm just letting you guys know it's gonna stay that way. We are not having a fake ass motherfucker on the show. I don't care what their clout level is. I don't care who told me to do it. We're only having on the show whoever I want on the show. And I want more smart motherfuckers on the show. I don't want no fucking... I don't care about these club kids. Real talk. But yeah. That's that. Little announcement. Last announcement, I said it on the last show, but I'm going to be back in Florida permanently starting in August. So catch me out August 12th at Brass Mug. If you want to see me in Texas one more time, it's going to be July 1st, Fort Worth. Might have something in Austin between those dates, but it's still in the works. So, yeah. That's it. So let's get more on a positive note. I need to get on my spiritual wave. Summertime. Might catch a wave. Hit the beach. Let's go. This song is called Faith Can Move Mountains. La 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 la. Real real people, real music, real truth. I ain't never changing that. Not for nothing.
Faith can move mountain. Faith can move mountain. Faith can move mountain. Faith can move mountain. Oh, the of little faith. When you reach a river, Jordan, and you turn right back. Oh, the of little faith. When you reach a river, Jordan, and you turn right back. Faith can move mountain. Faith can move mountain. Jaja said, faith can move mountain. Ooh, yeah. Faith can move mountain. Just as it was in the beginning, so it shall be in the end. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, I see them cast in the fire and they never get burned. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, I see them cast in the fire and they never get burned. So faith can move mountain, have faith in Jah. Faith can move mountain. Faith can move mountain. Jah say, faith can move mountain. Oh, the of little faith. I say you reach a river, Jordan, and you turn right back. Oh, the of little faith. Say you reach a river, Jordan, and you turn right back. Oh, the of little faith. Say you reach a river, Jordan, and you turn right back.
We gotta have faith. We gotta have faith in each other. We gotta help our brother. Evil ain't gonna win. It's written.
Have faith in Jah. Faith can move mountain.
The good triumphs over the bad.
Faith can move mountain.
And faith.
Faith can move mountain.
Yeah. So keep it going.
Faith can move mountain. La la la. La 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 la. Oh, the of little faith. I say you reach a river, Jordan, and you turn right back. Oh, the of little faith. I say you reach a river, Jordan, and you turn right back. Faith can move mountain. Have faith. Faith can move mountain. Have faith in Jah. Faith can move mountain. It can move mountain. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, I say them cast in the fire and they never get burned. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, you know they cast in the fire.
Little summertime song. Welcome to the tunnel, Ian Pooley. And one more thing, I want to shout out my boy Tad and Cam Dog, killing it last Sunday at Machina, and I was there hyping shit up. That was raw. My boy's Frontal Club. Yeah. What up? We on that club wave. We on that club wave, but we ain't no club kids. Right. There's one more announcement. I can't contain myself. One more announcement. I got 2 new records dropping this year. When I say record, I mean records. Vinyl albums. We got Hopper 1000 Deluxe Edition dropping on vinyl, double album. And then we got a split record. Me and one unnamed artist that's been on the show. Yeah. So we got records coming out this year. I'm gonna play a track off one of the new albums, some unreleased. Here we go. Oh, getting in that house wave. House. Alright, I'ma just let it rock. New Hopper 1000 about to drop.
You're now tuned in to Hopper 1000 Radio.
This song is called Are We Still Friends? I'm on that club wave. Record coming out this year. Let's go. Motherfucking Hopper 1000 right here. Are we still friends? Drop date to be announced. I'm chilling out. Summertime. My birthday's in a few days. Getting older. But I ain't getting colder. No, I'm getting warmer. Been chilling in the sun. Let's go.
Still be friends.
preview of a new song right there. Are We Still Friends? Dropping later this year on vinyl. Hero Records. Yeah. It's all happening. It's all happening. Let's go. Shout out my boy Hendo. He knows this one. See you soon, bro. My shit. Nigga, yes, my shit only. We invented that, and y'all niggas took it. Never give credit, cause y'all niggas pussy. Got trick on the bed, cause y'all niggas really gotta pay for my time, cause I'm good looking, hey. You gotta pay for my time, cause I'm good looking. Yeah. This is my favorite song right now, so I'm gonna run it back. Hopper1K, I'm back.
You're now rocking with your favorite DJ.
La música de Harry Fry. I'm making these freaks on Beverly. Though none of these G dress well as me. I put that on something, everything. To play for the bills and wedding rings. It's in me, not on me. Hey, I'm from Oakland, California, hands on donkey. The game that I spit, the knowledge y'all get come from my shit, nigga. Yes, my shit only. We invented that, and y'all niggas took it. And never give credit, cause y'all niggas pussy. Y'all trick on the bed, cause y'all niggas really gotta pay for my time, cause I'm good looking, hey. You gotta pay for my time, cause I'm good looking. You gotta pay for my time, cause I'm good looking. I wink at a freak, the bitch gets took it. Hit a Brandon Z for all of my bookings.
Top of the O, I mean, it's time to get the go up on the 110, smash through Anthony, man, no
drop. I'm with the pull up, I'm really with the pull up. I'm on Broadway, I'm acting a foolie, I'm doing donuts. My niggas so what? I'm finna get a new one. A 5.0, some Danas, I really do this. I hit the homies, they're hanging in the apartments. I'm a West Side baby, on Nellis, we really park shit. My whole home, my bottom bitch home. Type of shit that make you wanna grow a ponytail long. I'm a P, bitch, I never been a sucker. Up in Harlem, they might catch me at the Rucker.
Bitch, I met up in Midtown. I'm a big P, turn the rich to a trap house. Disney US style. Yeah, that I mean, I'm a G. Get high as I roll. Get fucked up, get old. With all of that smoke, nigga, I got this pull. Don't funk over hoes. I just stick to the code. Never fall out with
bros.
Just stack my bank roll. You gotta pay for my time, cause I'm good looking. You gotta pay for my time, cause I'm good looking. I wink at a friend, the bitch gets took. Hit a Brandon Z for all of my bookings. Is any not on me?
Are those Morgen radio DJs just not cutting it anymore?
Are they?
Do you want to hear something that you've never heard before? Something real. Something that makes you feel, makes you think. Listen to Hopper 1000 Radio. We play all the best music. Real people, real feelings, real music. Real truth radio. Hopper 1000 Radio. You're now rocking with your favorite DJ.
King shit.
With that, I'm out. Had a lot of announcements, 2 shows. July 1st, Fort Worth. August 12th, Tampa, Florida. Also, look out for a couple vinyl records dropping at the end of the year. Maybe sooner. Real shit. That being said, too, had to say it. This radio ain't changing much. You might even say it ain't changing at all. Cause I ain't never gonna fall. I ain't never gonna play nothing I don't wanna play, and I ain't never gonna have a guest on that I don't wanna have on. So let it be said right now. We ain't having no fake cool guests. Go back to episode 1 and listen to what I said. I said I don't mess with the fake cool. And that's still true. So, all the fake cool, get the fuck off the show. And we rocking out Hop 1K. It's a beautiful day. And that's it. Peace. And now for my friend Addison Willis.
DJ
Hopper 1000.
She's like, oh shit, like there was a copperhead right by the creek and she's got dogs and stuff, so she was like, I'm gonna go shoot this thing or something. And she went and grabbed her judge from the golf cart and came back over, and without warning anybody just starts firing off like literally the loudest gun you've ever heard in your life. And there's people who like are not really around guns very much, and this snake is like writhing and like half dead, just getting fucking blasted by this old lady. That's the type of home defense weapon I think you should have.
Do you know that if you kill a rattlesnake, you gotta bury the head?
Yep.
Or blow the head off? You know about that?
Yeah, you're supposed to cut the head off and throw the body in the trees, is what I've heard from old timers.
I never heard it. Why do you throw the body in the trees?
From what I've heard, people throw the bodies in the trees because they say it attracts other snakes. And I don't know if that's true, but that's just what some old guy told me one time. But you are supposed to get rid of the heads.
Bury the head, right?
Is it because of the venom? Or because they'll still be alive?
The head still strikes for a couple hours after you kill it.
Right.
And it's actually more dangerous because if it's dead, the mechanism that regulates venom isn't working anymore, so the venom is like way more potent. So you can get struck at by a dead snake.
That's interesting. I didn't know that was the reason, but I do know that that's the similar reason why baby venomous snakes are more dangerous, because they also don't have a mature mechanism for controlling venom output. So when they bite you, they'll like copperhead babies especially they'll like dump all their venom, and that's why they're more deadly.
Yeah.
It'll blow up.
I'm ready for this conversation. I have to give you a good intro.
All right.
All right. Today I am joined by a great friend of mine, a musician, painter, and video maker extraordinaire. He has two names. Addison Willis, also known as the Harvest King. How are you doing, bro?
I'm doing very well. Thanks for having me, Zach.
Yes. And we were just talking about snakes and shooting snakes, and I'll probably include that bit of conversation. But yeah, I'm glad to have you on the show finally.
I'm glad to be here, dude. Thanks for having me.
We've been in contact for many years, but we've never even worked together, but we've worked alongside for many years.
We've never met in real life, though.
No.
Interesting fact.
Yeah, but we work for the same people. Mossad. And
Zach's from the South.
We're both from
the
South.
Zach has the sensibilities.
What sensibilities?
I think it's sort of like it's just a vibrancy, Zach. You just have a sort of a vibrancy.
It's like the coat of many colors.
It's just it's swag, but it's also just a life.
We're gonna get on many topics. I mean, I've got stuff written down about books, C.S. Lewis, living in the South. I got many topics. But one thing you just reminded me of, just out of nowhere, I recently heard this conspiracy theory about...
Here we go.
About, this is crazy. I don't know if I fully believe it yet, but about Florida is actually the biblical Israel.
I've heard this. I've heard that the American Southeast is sort of like the actual location of the biblical stories.
Yeah, have you heard this from like Dr. Narco Longo?
I don't know who that is at all.
That's the guy who's like the major proponent of this theory.
I may have picked this one up via osmosis through Charles.
So, I mean, we're both from the Southeast. Do you think it holds water?
Explain to me a little bit about this theory. Tell me what you know about it so I can have a frame of reference, because I need to have a bit of a refresher. What I've heard is that there was sort of like the burning bush story had occurred maybe in Georgia, or that the center of the world was in Tucson or something. There was things I've heard that are similar, but tell me what you think.
I don't really know. I really don't have anything to say about this.
I will say that the South, I don't know about that theory, but I do know that the South is one of those places, like other places that have been lived in for a long time, that has like its own sort of flavor. Like, I guess flavor's not the right word, but there's
a only flavor I care to know.
Yeah, there's a sort of like it's one of those things where you don't necessarily know how to describe it, but you know when it's not there.
Now we're gonna get real. I've been thinking a lot lately about curbing my hatred tendencies, because everyone who listens, they know I'll be a hater sometime, and you know that. Everyone who knows me knows I'll just hate on shit all the time.
A vehement hater.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't want to do that, because it says in the Bible, love thy neighbor, blah blah blah. But this is what I've been getting hung up about. Like, when this was written, like love thy neighbor and stuff, like, were people this fucked up back then? Like, people are so fucked up these days. And I was in Walmart yesterday, and I was having a crisis, like a spiritual crisis inside of a Walmart, because everywhere I looked, I felt disgust in my heart. But
disgusted by what?
The inefficiency of the people. The people did not care about their health or basically anything. The people were just looked very lost. I mean, this is the thing too. This is what I keep wondering to myself, Addison. I feel like I have these hater tendencies for the love of the people. Like, I love these people, and it pains me to see them living in squalor.
Yeah.
And it also disgusts me. So, how do you reconcile with that? Because I don't want to hate anybody. I don't even want to be disgusted by anybody. But it's difficult when you're in a Walmart.
Well, so what you're asking is, how do you reconcile with the emotions or the feelings that you have seeing that type of stuff, or those types of people? I think you have to be. I try not to judge anybody, man. Straight up, unless someone's hurting somebody else, or the disrespect is obvious, and then it's like I might need to be involved or have an observation. I try not to judge anybody because I don't know anybody, man. And you don't know them. And even if they're inefficient or drowning in whatever type of escape that they choose, it's like everyone deals with reality in a different way, and reality is pretty harsh. So I'll try to balance out your hater tendencies here with a bit of love.
That's what I need right now, and that's why I have you on the show right now.
That's
when I called you today. I said, you're the only one I want on the show because you are going to help me today. You're going to help me discover how to be a more loving person. I'm being serious, dude. I'm not even
I know. I'm not joking either. I think it's important to have both and to respect both opinions, because there's times when I think it's good to have more than just I guess there's some times where feeling like loving everything is almost vapid and misses the point. So it's good to be discerning, but I do think people and how they choose to live their lives, it's not really my business. And unless they're hurting other people, it's really not, you know.
This is the type of shit I'm talking about that gets under my skin. Like, I was at Walmart and I was in line for 30 minutes because one thing about Walmart, they don't have people checking you out anymore. They have self-checkouts.
Yep.
So Walmart kind of fucking pulled a fast one on us. Now we work for Walmart and we don't even get paid. Like, now I'm the employee bagging shit, right? But that's what pissed me off. Is I was sitting in this line for so long because these people can't even bag their own.
Oh, man.
And then while I'm waiting, I'm looking at the things they're buying. It's like somebody who's like visibly diabetic. Their leg looks like the log of a tree. Their legs look like tree trunks because they're diabetic, and they're buying like a Twizzler.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, for my fellow man, that kills me. I'm like, look, that's why Jesus said they know not what they do, but it's like I still struggle with that judgmental feeling. And I look over to my girlfriend, and my girlfriend's just happy as a clam, like not even thinking about any of this neurotic shit. She's just chilling. And then me, I'm like hyper analyzing everything around me. I'm like, dude, what the fuck are they doing? Like, and I'm mad at Walmart too because Walmart's making me bag my own groceries.
You don't like to do that?
No, dude, that's why everything was taking so long. They need to.
I like it. It's like a game.
Dude, the only employees in sight were like two 16-year-olds who were like on their phone.
Well, here, let me tell you this, man. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. You know what I mean? You've never heard that?
No, I've heard it before.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, so you've heard it, but all I mean is like, these people are gonna, if they're diabetic and they're gonna kill themselves eating sugar, like, that's their call, you know? You might be surprised at the type of craziness I engage in at the Walmart, the things that I take off the shelves.
I drink Mountain Dew all the time. Look, I eat sugar too, but my legs are not fucked.
Yeah. Just be easy on yourself and be easy on other people too. You know, you never know.
Dude, another thing, I like look out into the crowd, and it's like, I feel like in the past, like, we always idealize the past, but it's like in the 1800s, you see a crowd of men, and like one of them's like a stone cutter who's like carving angels into buildings. Like the other guy's like a master woodworker. The other guy's like plays the violin. Now you look at a crowd of men and they look like mutant beings, and they're like eating gushers.
Okay. Do you want my theory on this?
What is it?
My theory
is killing us?
No. My theory is that there's been sequential abstraction of our lives. Like, like the more the human has developed, and the more that our prefrontal cortex and the neocortex has developed in the brain, the more abstracted our lives have become from like physical survival and necessity. And so the further we go down that path, the further we go into hedonism, and also the further we get away from what's truly human. And I think that's why everyone's fucking crazy now. You know, we have brains that are founded on survival and physicality and vision, and then you have language coming in 10,000 years ago, and that's a completely different thing. And so now we think in words in our head. I think that there's this the way that our brains developed. People don't think about that as sort of the foundation to how humans behave, but I do think it's important to notice that, like, yeah, you're talking about physical jobs, things that you weren't even really thinking about, you were just kind of acting and doing, to now where people are sitting around thinking most of the time for their jobs. People are just going to become these brains with physical add-ons. You know, they're not bodies anymore, they're just walking brains.
Yeah, and I feel like that sometimes. But like, you ever seen fucking you ever seen WALL-E?
Oh yeah, great
That's
movie.
What I feel like I live in WALL-E when I'm at Walmart.
Well, just appreciate it for what it is. I mean, it's kind of crazy and fun, you know? I mean, humans are pretty sweet, like, but we're just becoming these crazy creatures now. You can enjoy it. Dude, there's no turning back, man. The train is going. There's really no turning around.
You don't think there's any way to turn it around?
No.
You don't
Are
think
you
like
kidding?
guys like me and you are turning it around?
Oh, I think, well, when I say turn it around, I mean the inevitability of humanity's collapse. I don't mean that we can't change each other's experiences and support each other. Like, I can be your friend earnestly, and that's like an important thing in today's day and age, and to be supportive and have friendship, you know. But I don't think that there's necessarily a way to turn around. You're talking about a system that's so controlled and firewalled, or you know, I mean, it's bulletproof. Whatever's going on right now, it's I don't think it's going to change necessarily.
I mean, I have many theories about what the fuck is going on in our society.
I think what's happening in our society is not people behind closed doors making evil decisions necessarily. It could be. But I think a more simple explanation is that it's like ideas that are flawed are what drives our lives.
Have you ever heard the theory that like there's some sort of grand plan to drive society to a place of godlessness?
Yes.
Because that will like open everybody's eyes in the end. Like when everything like goes to total shit, then they can rebuild, kind of like an order out of chaos kind of thing. That kind of makes sense, like why they're turning everybody into like these WALL-E creatures, because like people need a sign to be like, this is not how you should act.
Well, I mean, I think people will they'll dig their own graves if you let them, right? Isn't that the phrase or whatever? Like,
yeah, give them enough rope, they'll hang themselves.
Exactly, the same idea. So like, I don't know, I think everybody's life, everybody has to face and reconcile with those things that will kill them or will destroy them if they don't change, you know. But I don't know, a lot of that has to do with like our brains again. Like, I don't know how much time you spend thinking about that, but I think about it all the time. Like how much of my behavior is just driven simply by like the neurochemicals and the response that it gives me, you know. And is that really what founds our experience? Like, I heard this theory recently that was like, you know, people a lot of the times think that it's like selfishness and greed or even passion or kindness that drive people's behaviors, but it could be on the micro level. It's not these grand ideas. It could be just simply neurochemicals and the, you know, unconscious and how it affects your behavior and all of that. So I think about that stuff a lot.
To go back to structure this thing, one thing we can both say is that we're both Christians.
Christian?
Yes.
I believe in God. I have trouble saying that I'm Christian at this point in my life because I believe in God, but I don't believe in how the church has operated
The church is bullshit.
What I'll say is like the concepts and the stories in the Bible are legitimate and I think examples of a belief system and a faith that has a good effect on people's lives and genuinely does lead to goodness. But I do think that there's like this whole thing with the Roman Catholic Church and how they've especially sort of established the canon and eliminated, like Apocrypha and all of that stuff. Like, I think that type of behavior just makes me feel ill at ease with the whole thing.
Well, we can just say, for lack of a better term, we're interested in esoteric Christianity and following those kind of things.
Definitely interested in it. I had a friend that did a presentation on Gnosticism and Neoplatonism recently, and I went to that. It was pretty cool. There was like 40 people there. It was actually surprising. A lot of people came to that.
Well, that's where everything is leading nowadays. Like, I mean, I'm sure there's so many listeners on the show who study these things. I talk about it all the time. And it's because the church that we were given is just a farce, and we know it. Mainstream churches have been fucked up for like a very long time. I would even say since the time of Jesus himself.
Yeah. I mean, it's always been a power thing. It's not always been. I don't really even think organized religion. I don't think it can exist without being poisoned by greed and politics and mistreating other people.
This is a strange episode here, Addison, because I come not as my regular interviewer self. I come more in distress. I'm trying to figure out how to love my fellow man.
Well, let's figure it out. What's the problem here? When you look at somebody and you feel these feelings, these Zachary feelings, what's going through your mind?
Dude, I just wonder like what happened to them that they're like in this fucking loop. It's like a karmic loop of just like being nothing. And I wonder what happened to the masters of the past. I wonder what happened to like when you would see a bunch of men, like they're all a master of something. But now they're all just a master of masturbation. Eating a Twizzler.
That was the best joke. That was a good setup.
And they're a master of Fortnite.
Master of Fortnite. I mean, bro, dude, what do you think happened?
Well, I know what happened. I know that some not so good people took control and got really greedy with their money and realized that they could just milk people's addictions until they fucking die, and milk people's dopamine chemicals and attention spans, and they know that these people couldn't resist candies and entertainment and fancy pants and whatnot.
Funko Pops.
Yeah, I think it's not crazy to believe that there is some sort of evil force running amok. I think everyone could see that, and I think a lot of people fell for it.
Do you think it's a personage or just an idea that's evil?
What?
You said there's an evil force running amok. Do you think that it's
I think it's literally demonic people, like controlled by something, maybe the devil. But it's the people's fault for falling for it, though. It's always the people's fault. We still have free will.
Well, yeah, you'll always have free will.
Nobody forces you to buy a Funko Pop or a Twizzler. You have to make
Hey,
that
man,
evil
speak for
choice.
yourself. Speak for yourself. It's interesting because when you talk about the devil, you're thinking about like a figure in the Christian system. But a lot of times people will say things like, oh, the Bible is a series of metaphors which apply to real life. And in that way, like maybe the devil could be representative of evils, that occur in life. But I think that if you sit there and it's sort of like a chicken and the egg type thing. Where does evil come from? And I think you can sometimes see it in animals. I think cruelty is maybe something that you can see in animals. But I think evil comes from intelligence for the most part. and Satan is often described as being intelligent. So I think the more we develop as humans that think and have brains, I think that advances the development of evil on a scale of, humanity.
So that's one of the biggest conspiracy theories there's ever been. Is knowledge itself evil?
Yes.
Because we know that in the Garden of Eden, it was the tree of knowledge, and the serpent convinced them, and the serpent is also the symbol of wisdom and all of this. So is knowledge itself evil? Because also, once they ate from that tree of knowledge, that's when he learned he was naked.
Right.
And he learned he was naked because Eve pointed it out. So the woman said, "Yo, you're naked." And he's like, "Oh shit." So there's an allegory there too, the fact that the woman pointed it out.
I think I have the answer for you, and the answer is knowledge goes against nature. So things that go against nature, I think, are pretty much synonymous with evil in our frame of reference. I mean, you could call it evil, you could call it good because you're learning, whatever, but I do think that the way of nature and the way of man pre-fall is the same. Once man develops as a thinking being rather than a part of a grand whole, a part of God's creation. And in the creation myth, it's like people were sort of a component of a much larger natural system, and then when they ate from the tree of knowledge, that was when they were fallen from grace or whatever. And I think you're right, that evil is actually just the development of humans on that trajectory that started once the fall started.
So we're talking about knowledge. Is it evil?
Knowledge.
Is it not evil? I would say this. So we all know Gnostic is gnosis, which is knowledge. And they believe that the more knowledge they get of godly things, the closer to God they become. The closer they can get to God through knowledge. So that's where some Orthodox Christians believe that Gnostics are evil. I believe those Orthodox Christians are deceived by the church. Because then I will say this, does it not say in the Bible, be as wise as serpents, but innocent as doves? I love that.
That's a good
line.
one.
Yeah, it says that in the Bible. So I think I believe that's where I'm trying to get. I'm trying to be as wise as a serpent, but as innocent as a dove. But maybe that's part of the downside that comes with such knowledge is now I'm in a Walmart over intellectualizing shit. Maybe that's the downside. Like with power comes some downsides, and maybe that's what the downside is. Who knows?
There's a good quote. Let me find it. This is from the most recent Cormac McCarthy.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that.
I think this book is so good. Both of them are really good. Did you ever read anything by him? Or you probably read The Road?
Only The Road. Which my copy of The Road, Stefan White gave to me.
Stefan.
He gave me the copy.
He's probably one of the best guys ever to live.
Stefan or Cormac?
Stefan.
Yeah, I actually had it written down that I would bring him up eventually because that's one of our mutual friends.
Yeah, he's one of the best.
He'll be on the show soon too. Stefan, dude, I'm gonna just say I look up to that guy because he's about his business. He's smart. He doesn't do bullshit. When I went to Los Angeles, everything was freakish. I mean, you know me. I just don't even know what the fuck's going on half the time. But Stefan had my back. He showed me what's real and what's fake out there. Because if you go into Los Angeles blind, you can get wrapped up in so much fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
That's what happens to people out there. And honestly, I have the personality type that could get fucked up.
Yeah,
I was
man.
out there. Dude,
I've seen it.
Dude, I could be at like a bar and some guy's like, dude, I have a music studio. Let's go there now. I'm like, all right, cool. Let's go make an album. That's just my personality.
Let's go explore.
Type. But Stefan he's like, hey, he showed me what's around. He showed me how to move. And I mean, he's also taught me a lot of other shit, but that was very helpful.
He showed you movement when you were stuck. Yeah, I can't speak highly enough of him. He's a great guy, and I mean that. I remember he reached out to me like maybe it was after I had moved out of there, but I wish I'd known him when I lived there. Would have been great. But I'm happy to not be in California anymore.
I need to stop fucking tripping over my own fucking bullshit and give you a proper interview.
Oh, brother, you're not tripping. I like how we're talking.
Okay. But I do have written down some stuff about your work we can get into, because you have a lot of work. So, you do many things. I'll say music, painting, and video editing. But one of your main things is you work for our friend Charles, or with him.
Yes.
So you want to talk about that and Charles and all the stuff going out like that?
Sure. Yeah. I met Charles through Andrew in the beginning of 2018. And then we connected, and it was funny because Andrew had asked if I wanted to like maybe try making a video, and like I had done this, something that I thought was pretty crazy, but was like just not very, very refined. And I don't think Andrew liked it very much but we were still cool. He showed it to Charles, and Charles absolutely loved that. And that was how we first became friends. That was called Thanksgiving with Narek. But it was just a crazy video where I basically made Charles, I just made him into this sort of demon figure. And it was so funny. And but yeah, since then we've been homies, and just an amazing guy, and probably the funniest person I know. Like, he's so funny, man. Like, and you know this because you've hung out with him and been with him a bunch, but he'll make me laugh till I fucking cry. So he's one of the best people ever. And you know, him and Afina have a beautiful family, and I'm happy for them. So it's great to work for him. And really, like, I've never done very well like collaborating with people. Like, it's doable, but it's like something where a lot of times people will be kind of overstep their boundaries or whatever, or I just get picky. But with Charles, it's always just been like he does what he does, and then I'll do what I do, and then it's just that's how we work. So it's been pretty free, and we have our autonomy, so that's nice.
Like, you guys are more back in business right now.
Yeah, he had some stuff going on, and I know he was really busy, and he's raising
kids.
Boys, right? Raising boys and being out of the country and everything that was going on in his life. It was pretty tough to keep it all under wraps, like keep a finger on the pulse, if you say. But we're kind of in this mode now that's more like project oriented and getting a little bit better about how we manage our time. So that's been good, because before we were literally just like, we weren't even really speaking languages. We were just sort of operating in this nebulous realm. Well, that was pretty fun creatively, but it wasn't necessarily like about the output, which was fun.
I've been there before.
You know what I mean?
Just drifting in the ether together, some tethered by some sort of spiritual cord, but not doing any fucking work at all.
Yeah. Well, the one thing that like I really appreciate about Charles is like as a mentor figure, you know, he's always been giving me things to talk about or showing me things, and you know, just having good conversations with him has always been something that has been my favorite part about the relationship. So a lot of the videos are a result of those conversations, and that's been a fun way to work. It's not just kind of like, you know, a typical like, you know, you go in and you edit a video type job. It's like it's pretty, I don't know, it's a wholesome process.
Well, there's new videos coming out.
Yes.
It's all coming out now.
There's a lot. When we had Charles World as the paywall website, we put a lot of videos up there, and you know, like the fans that were a part of the Charles World site, you know, loved them and stuff. But I'm excited to put them on YouTube because more people can see them, and I've been like touching them up a little bit and kind of getting them up to date. So yeah, it's pretty exciting, and a lot of new stuff is coming too. So we're talking about filming right now, and that was one of the best things ever. When Charles came to Tennessee, it was so fun, and we filmed for like 8 hours a day for like 5 days almost, and it was just like super fun, and you know, no bullshit, just kind of like fucking around and having a blast. So I hope we can do that again soon.
And I'll be there too.
Zach, yeah, you should be there, man. That would be raw.
I'll be shooting a gun.
Raw like a chainsaw. Zach.
I'll be shooting a gun into the sky.
I was hoping you could come visit and play music here soon. That would be a lot of fun. We could get you
Probably.
booked. The booking rates have gone up significantly, though, from what I hear.
Yeah, they have.
It's gotta happen, man.
And it's never going down. The booking rates have doubled in the last couple months.
I think they should be a lot higher than that.
I know.
Do you subscribe to like astrology type beliefs? What's your
Big
what's
three placements are all air signs. It's all mental.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
So you're a trine in air?
Yeah.
That's crazy because I'm a trine in earth.
Oh, so that's where our big differences lie.
Yeah.
It's
And
like the
my girlfriend
opposites.
is a trine in fire, actually. And I don't know very many trines. I think it's called a trine or a triad. I can't remember what it's called, but that's pretty cool, man. I didn't know that about you.
Well, that's why me and you have a way easier time being like a loving guy.
Yeah. But I also I'll just sit around for like 8 hours. It feels like it's 10 minutes.
You love the earth.
Yep.
I despise it. I'm in the airwaves.
That's crazy. I'm trying to think if wait, so
I'm a Gemini, Aquarius, Libra.
Is your rising is Libra?
Yeah. So rising,
Aquarius
I wish
moon?
I was balanced, but I'm not balanced.
Yeah. Huh. That's pretty interesting. Are you what day what's your birthday?
I will not disclose that on air.
Beautiful. I think a worldview or a spiritual worldview that incorporates astrology and more esoteric things, maybe tarot or other types of systems like that, as well as other things too, like natural sciences. All of that stuff is really should be incorporated into how you think about the spirit or what spiritual reality we live in.
Well, one thing that always makes me chill out is when I think about karma and reincarnation and all that stuff, because I believe in that.
Yeah.
And I do believe that everyone is carrying out some sort of karmic debt. And so you can never really feel bad for anybody because they're carrying out their karmic debt. And so, you see a guy on the side of the road that's really struggling, he's paying for something. You don't know what he was like in his past life. I believe that fully.
I believe in karma too. I think this might sound a little crazy, but sometimes I like to think about objects as metaphors for concepts or ideas. I was thinking in my head what if God is more of a scale than a person or a personage. And when I say a scale, I mean the Libra scale, the scale of justice. God is more of an equilibrium that always returns, and it's the same idea as karma. Karma restores bad with good and good with bad or whatever, it's an equilibrium that's achieved. It's just an idea I've been working on.
I believe that. I mean, another thing that goes into this whole karmic idea is that one of the main things I believe is that we all have some sort of great test that we are sent here to do. And everyone has a different test. It's our life quest given to us by God. And
right.
I do believe that if you do a good job, you can ascend to the higher spiritual realms. I mean, I don't know if you believe that. I believe that.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, I mean, I think your goal should be to not be reincarnated. Your goal should be to exit the rebirth cycle or whatever.
I'm getting into that kinda, and I just feel like this whole hating on shit thing is part of my test, because that is one of my grand struggles I deal with.
Yes.
It's just being honest. It's one of my biggest things I struggle with.
I think it's like Achilles' heel. I think sometimes it's our strengths are intrinsically wrapped up in our greatest weaknesses, Sometimes that's the hardest thing about your challenges is that they're built up with scaffolding and attached to your strengths and good things about yourself, and so to break them down is it's an ego test.
That's why some sort of intelligence comes with existential crisis attached.
Yeah, I mean it's like you're a plant. The more battered you are and you still survive, you're going to be a much stronger specimen than that of you know, like some plant in a greenhouse that has never had to experience wind before or something.
Mm-hmm.
So it might be an oversimplification, but at the same time, I don't think it is. Here's a little like thing. Maybe your listeners would enjoy this too. Like, are you aware of the Monroe Institute or HemiSync?
Yeah, dude. Let's get into that because that's something I've studied a lot. Never talked about it on the show.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about that because I know some people who've been to the Monroe Institute, and I've done some of the things like the recordings myself. I think that that's a pretty legitimate example of like a group of people confirming some other reality, you know, or some other dimension, and a schema or a means for describing it and going back and forth between ours and theirs and stuff. It's pretty crazy shit.
I'm gonna do a little explanation for all the listeners here on what the Monroe Institute. The Monroe Institute was a school made by a guy named Robert Monroe, where he was studying everything to do with astral projection and something called HemiSync, which that's when you can balance the two spheres of your brain using high frequency audio recordings to basically line up the hemispheres in your brain and make your brain work on a higher capacity than it normally can. Some people say it can even balance your chakras. And also the Monroe Institute has been suspected. It actually, no, not suspected. It's proven now.
Yeah,
proven. That it had a bunch of federal funding.
CIA money. I don't know what the
CIA,
tune of several $1 million.
The CIA dumped millions of dollars into learning about astral projection, and they were doing remote viewing. They were doing these strange audio. So yeah, that should explain to all the listeners. Yeah,
it's a pretty cool. It's a cool process too. Like one of the former participants that I've spoken with had said that there's tiers or levels. You first go to level 10, and that's like a place that you go in your brain when you first are starting out. And every time you go back, you go to a step further. But first you go to 10, and then you go to 11, and then 12. And each process, you're stepping further and further away. And so like the further you go, you're supposedly talking to interdimensional entities, and you have the ability to remote view on Earth, and you also have the ability to commune with other participants. And you know, I was skeptical about it, and I still am to a certain extent, but at the same time, like the person I know who told me this stuff is an honest person, like, and has no reason to lie about this. I believe it.
I've met a guy that went to Monroe Institute in real life. One thing I will tell you, and I'm going to bring out the skeptic side right now. I never tried it because I'm scared that there are some like evil recordings that like, I believe it's all true and it all works, but that makes me think that like, what if I try to download these audio recordings and I get like the demonic version that actually like does the opposite effect?
I mean, you do need to be wary, I guess.
But then I remembered that demonic version already exists, and it's actually Blade's mixtape. Because nothing will lower your frequency faster than that.
Faster than Blade.
No, but I'm kidding.
Zach's hater tendencies, man. They're rearing their ugly head.
No, but
I like the lucid dreaming one. The lucid dreaming, I think, is a good intro to that whole paradigm with the Monroe recordings.
Dude. And
it's like its own little discrete thing. So
this is more for the laugh of it. But do you remember iDoser?
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's crazy. I haven't thought about that in forever.
Well, iDoser is kind of like the fucked up version of Monroe Institute.
Yeah.
For those who don't know what iDoser is, it was like back in the day, there were these audio recordings that people used to claim would get you high, and each one was named after a different drug. So there was like weed, cocaine, ecstasy.
I would do the
angel
ecstasy
dust. Dude, I remember being like 10 years old, and I was like listening to like the crystal meth iDoser, like headphones on. I'm like, dude, I'm doing audio math right now. What the fuck?
Sick.
And
yeah, I remember similar things. Like,
look at me now.
Yeah, he's doing real meth now. Look at him now. He's smoking real meth.
But I wonder though, on all this whole new age audio kind of talk we're on, like, yeah, all of this is true. The Monroe Institute, the CIA, everyone knows that there's these high frequency audios that mess with your chakras, and that's also people popularly remember that Kanye West talked about, the 32 hertz 808s. You know about all this?
Yes.
That's why they put fucking 808s in everything now, because it lowers your frequency. It turns you to a fucking animal. That's why you start twerking.
Oh, so that's the explanation.
Yeah, because it lowers your frequency. It lowers the vibration of your chakras. But there's this higher frequency. And one thing too, I feel like on some real shit, on some really personal conspiracy, don't you think we were already doing some hemi-sync shit to ourselves while we were doing ambient music?
Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like when
I was already doing this.
And there's certain artists there's a guy named DJ Olive. For all of the listeners out there, check out DJ Olive Sleeping Pills. It's the best. It's my if I had to choose one thing to listen to for the rest of my life, it would be those 3 songs. They're ambient songs, but I would listen to those to sleep. And they were created. He said he created them for his friends who had trouble sleeping, but there was never a scientific background, like the hemi-sync stuff. It was just sort of atmospheric shit. But whenever I first heard that in high school, I was like, I'm making ambient music because this shit is the best. That and Keller and other people that are just basically tones. It sounds almost identical to the hemi-sync audio.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I realized when I first started learning about Monroe. It's holy shit, I was already doing this just by listening to William Basinski.
Yeah.
And all that music growing up. But yeah, all that's interesting and it's all true. I just do recommend everyone be careful when you're going into those things, because there's all types of weirdness comes with it.
Yeah, and I actually would be... I've never wanted to get into the place where I'm supposedly talking to entities. That doesn't sound right to me, and I don't like the idea.
That's possession.
Yeah, that sounds wrong. But I do like the idea of being able to lucid dream, and so I've used that one. There's a part in it where he's talking about because there's a voice in your head for the first couple minutes, and he's telling you to think about a lemon, sucking on a lemon, eating a lemon. You remember that one?
Addison. Well, no, I've never listened to it because this is what I was scared of. It's I don't want to get the wrong file. You're saying there's this file he's talking about a lemon. What if I get the file? It's you must kill everyone. I'm scared of that shit happening. I don't want the wrong file.
I'll screen your recordings for you and make sure that you have the ones that are going to turn you into a psychopathic killer.
No, I don't want those ones. I want the ones that make me happy.
You want the happy ones. All right, I got you. I'll keep the others for myself.
It's funny you brought up all that hemi-sync stuff, because I actually read some sort of story yesterday about somebody was selling audio files that supposedly turn you to a millionaire by doing hemi-sync.
Mm-hmm.
And he was saying he was some secret NASA program, but it was all a lie. It was all some sort of I don't know, dude. We live in a funny world. People are doing scams about audio hypnosis that turns you into a millionaire. That's the world we live in these days.
There was a funny when I lived in LA with Edan, we found these hilarious binaural beats that were manifestation songs, and so they would have these sort of ambient songs, and then some guy over a microphone with reverb where he's just I have a yacht. I now own a yacht. I have a yacht. And it would go on like that for an hour. And that shit was hilarious to put on at parties. Put those songs on at events. It's I have 2 Mercedes Benzes. $1 million. Goes kind of hard.
Yeah, there's all this spiritual new age shit. Of course, I'm all wrapped up in it. I try to get mine from the real source, which is usually books written from the 1700s and 1800s. I mean, I'm more into that.
There's a cool book you should check out. a new theory, and it's called An Essay Towards a New Theory of Vision. I'll send it to you on Discord. It's pretty cool. It's like it's written in, I think, the 1700s, 1600s, but it's like about like the process of using your eyes to observe the world. And like, although we go through life like sort of in the midst of living, like you don't actually think of your reality as being information that's being viewed and then perceived and rendered almost like a graphics card would. So it's just like that. It's a crazy paradigm shift for thinking, but it's pretty old, so it's interesting to read it from that time period.
So this dude was in the 1700s proposing that the world is rendered like a Minecraft map.
Yeah. It's
Wow.
crazy.
I love shit like that.
Yeah, it's insane.
I'm gonna wrap it up in this one, but is there anything I didn't bring up that I should have brought up?
Yeah, I guess I'm pretty excited about like my newer paintings, but we could also, talk about books as well. I guess I'll talk about the AI paintings I've been doing, and maybe I can use one of the images for the cover or something.
Sounds
do
perfect. I actually didn't bring up the AI paintings because I remember when you first told me about it, it was like a secret.
Oh yeah, I was being a little weird, but it's not a secret.
No, you were like, dude, I'm making it, like using AI, but then I'm like actually painting it. Don't tell anybody this.
Yeah, I was gatekeeping it.
I was like, okay.
Well, I was just having a lot of fun, but then I was like, yo, these things go so hard, but like, it's sort of an ego thing. But you're like, oh, these images are better than anything I've come up with ever. And I'm not kidding. Like, some of them are crazy, but
that's because the AI is a collective consciousness, and it's like a fucked up way you can tap into the everything is one,
So I use some AI stuff for my work, and so I'm pretty familiar with how Chat GPT and DALL-E and the image ones work, as well as others, and they're not too hard to really get them to break down, or when they first started, they were pretty easy to sort of confound. But it's pretty fun to try to get the handles on how do you significantly change an image and how do you control that. And so I've been doing those images now. I've got like a bunch of them, like hundreds of them. But then some of them I'll sort of bring into other tools. Like there's an AI outpainting tool that OpenAI has where you can pull in an image. Like I could pull in a picture of you, Zach, and erase your eyes and then say to like give the guy red eyes or something, and then it could, you could see it. Sometimes it'll work and sometimes it won't work very well and whatever. But I do that with my painting images that I've created with an AI, and then I'll go back and edit them, and then some of them I'll paint and stuff. So I've been working on those for, I don't know, about 8 months. But
so the process is basically generating things in AI, painting them, then generating more shit in AI off the painting, then painting that on, like just back and forth like that.
Not exactly. So I'll generate images using prompts that I've written, like generate those images and then paint based on those. So it's been pretty fun, and it's been a nice way for me to not like, I like drawing a lot and sort of getting into like just drawing nothing and finding things in the drawing, like that satisfies that part of my brain. But this part sort of satisfies like a more controlled, long time creating an image, but doing it in a way that's like, systematic. It's more fun that way. But your drawings are incredible, and I think it's funny when I think about people's artwork that like is so much, it communicates so much about them, or like you can see people in their work, like you can say that about a lot of great artists, but that's your drawings especially are like so identifiable instantly. You can tell they're Zachary pieces.
Thank you.
They're classic Zachs.
I mean, I was at a restaurant yesterday, and my girlfriend is like telling me to like draw different shit, and that's the thing. I work in an opposite way. I can't draw anything that anyone tells me to draw. Like that's one of the things I've always failed at. Like I can't even take commissions, because people are like, draw a yellow submarine, and I just can't do it. I do only automatic drawing. You know what that is?
Yes.
So it's only automatic, and in that sense, I have basically no control over my drawings.
And I would say the same for myself. Like I went to school for painting and drawing. One thing you would have to do is draw things from real life. And that was really hard for me because I'm not like, I would normally just kind of doodle. They would be sort of like long-term doodle products, you know, like not actual like things. But learning to draw things in real life, that's a tough skill. But when you, like, sometimes I'll just draw something from a book just to like, you know, tighten my knobs or whatever. But
I need to do more of that.
Dude, if you did that, like it would only be another tool in your toolbox. Who's your favorite artist?
Visually?
Yeah.
I don't really have one. I don't know that many artists. Like, I'm not kidding. I really don't know that many.
You post Salvador Dali sometimes.
Oh, I love him. That's actually probably one of my favorites.
Yeah, Dali is the man.
That's one of my favorites. Well, I'm going to wrap it up. Do you have any final message for the listeners?
Keep listening. Zach's just the greatest guy. And I appreciate you having me on here, man.
Dude, I think you gave the people a lot to think about.
I've heard
people
that
are going to
before.
think about rendering the realities for good instead of evil.
I mean, everybody's life is their life, man, but just be cool to one another.
Can't agree more with that. Just be cool.
Be cool. Much love, Zach.
Yep. Thank you, Addison.
Thanks, bro.
See ya.
Peace.
Peace.
You're now tuned in to Hopper 1000 Radio.
has shown he's a dominant one, then that's good, because if one of them's in heat, I want him to breed. I don't want to breed.